Hi guys, Laura here. I'm here today with a non-spoiler review of The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. This book is also written by the same author that wrote Eon and Iona. This book takes place in 1812 London, and it follows a character named Lady Helen. I really like this book. I gave this book like 4 stars. It was a very, very unique and different read. This book basically follows a character named Lady Helen, and she is like a teen in the century, and she's, starting to think about getting a husband, and she's going through a court process, but she has a very, very big taint on her because her mom was accused of being a traitor, and eventually she was killed. But a lot of weird things start happening in her household, and one of her maids is kidnapped, and just other things, and she starts to learn that maybe her world isn't the only world that exists. And that's where the Dark Days Club comes into place. And she encounters this man named Lord Carlston, and he basically becomes her mentor, and he tells her all about the Dark Days Clubs. And she learns a lot about it and maybe what her role is to be in it. But it's dangerous because she's not supposed to be around Lord Carlston because Lord Carlston has a very, very bad reputation, and you learn more about it. But it's like a very, very push and pull book. It's very, very action-packed. It is action-packed, I think, but it's, like, not action-packed really regarded to Lady Helen. A lot of the scenes, it's, like, she's, like, watching this. So it's very, very action-packed, but Lady Helen doesn't do a whole lot of fighting in the book. And that's, like, one of my biggest things. Because I think that when you're listening to people describe fighting, but they're not actually fighting, I think it drags. So I think that because this book was so long and she wasn't fighting, it didn't really have to be that long, I don't think. So this was a really, really long book, and I didn't think it had to be that long just because she was really not doing a lot of fighting. She was just kind of observing. But I really did like her relationship with her maid Darby. I thought that was a unique relationship. And I liked all the other, like, the court stuff was so fascinating. And, like, just to know that the court stuff was existing and then this whole mystical world was existing was really, really cool. And I liked her very, very big debate of if she did want to be a part of the Dark Days Club. I liked how the villains were shown and what type of demons were shown in this society. I don't think I've ever really seen demons like that before, but it was a really, really fast-paced story that I really enjoyed. It's going to be a series, but I did like it. The characters were unique, and I really liked the relationship that Helen had with her maid, because I think Darby was one of those characters that would do anything for Helen. And for me, it reminded me a little bit of, like, the Shadowhunters, like, that kind of, like, parabatai bond that I really liked, and I think it could in the future become very similar in this. So I'll be excited to see, like, where it goes, but it did definitely remind me of the Mortal Instruments. It more so reminded me of, like, the Infernal Devices series, which is one of my favorite series of all times. Just, like, that, like, court and that, like, environment was something that I really liked. But if you like books that really have to do with court drama and have a little bit of paranormal, I would recommend this series. But if you're looking for something that has, like, a lot more paranormal stuff, this book may not be the book for you, or I'm hopeful the next book in the series will continue on this trend, but we just don't know yet. But this book was a little bit lacking in the paranormal stuff. But again, it's a first book in a series. I've said this 1,000 times. World building is weak. And I don't think world building was necessarily weak in this book. I think that the character needed to get to that point. She just wasn't there yet. So I think that the world building was being built, but the character was also becoming stronger. So those are my thoughts on the Dark Days Club. As always, comment below. Let me know if you've read this book. What did you think? Have you guys read her other series? What did you guys think of it? It's on my TBR list, but as we both know, it's like an epically long list. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!